Hi everyone, welcome back to another Monday on PEPP Talk. Today I have a very special guest with me.
I'm Melissa, everyone. Hi.
And we are going to get into the two main questions that I have received from absolutely everyone since asking you for suggestions, which are: how do you get into fashion if you haven't studied fashion? And two, leaving your full-time employment to kind of pursue your fashion dreams. So Melissa's going to let us into her life today and give us a very big insight into how that journey was for her. So let's get started.
Cool.
What did you actually study at uni?
At uni, I studied criminology, which is like so far from what every single job I've had does not relate to criminology.
Right.
And like A-levels, I was kind of doing sociology and psychology because I wanted to become a psychologist.
Okay.
And
you wanted to get into people's minds.
Yeah, I didn't get the grades to do psychology, so I had to go through clearing to do criminology.
Right.
That's how I ended up doing that.
And did you actually like your degree, or were you kind of wanting to leave halfway through?
I mean, I never kind of toyed with the idea of wanting to leave because I knew it was never an option.
Yeah.
My mum does not play games.
Stay strong, guys.
I mean, but it wasn't something that I would say that I thoroughly enjoyed. I had modules that I was really good at and I enjoyed.
Right.
And then I had modules that I could be doing something else rather than being here.
Yeah, it wasn't for you.
Exactly.
Right. So then once you left, what was the path? Like, did you look for any kind of jobs that pertain to that, or were you like, no, fashion? Because you started blogging before you left uni, right?
In my second year of uni, I started blogging, and in my third year, my second year, I think Look magazine had picked up on my blog, and
I saw that. I remember that.
And I got featured a few times, and I just thought, wow, well, I didn't really know anything about blogging. I didn't realise that people put their pictures on the internet to kind of create a following. I didn't know.
So wait. They took a picture from your Instagram?
From my blog. I don't think Instagram was out by that time. Or if it was, I didn't have it. And they took pictures from my blog and everything. So that was super cool. So I started. I don't think my blog was very consistent during that time, but I did start blogging. Right. And I just did it because I just thought that'd be the one hub where everyone can go and see where my outfits were from, rather than having to like
tell everyone every time.
Exactly. So that's how I started blogging. Okay. And then I wanted to be a fashion stylist. So when I came out of uni, and whilst I was in uni, I was doing lots of internships. Because I knew I was not going to pursue criminology.
You see, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't intern at all. And I keep saying this. Don't follow my kind of route, because I didn't do any internships. I worked full-time every summer because I just wanted the coins.
See, I did that too, but I tried to do it. When I was working in the summer, I did part-time. So if I had time, I'd intern. But I wish I interned more, actually. I don't think I interned enough. Too. Like, I did find out the ins and outs of fashion styling, which I wanted to do, and I wanted to pursue it fully. But at that time, I wanted to pursue editorial fashion styling. Okay. And I felt that there wasn't really many coins, well, the coins that I like.
Yeah, that's a good point, because at the event on Wednesday, we actually spoke about where there's more money. Yeah. And Alexis said that there's a lot of money in styling musicians. So if any of you...
Because the labels will pay you.
There you go. If they've got the budget, that is. If you go for a smaller musician, they may not have the budget.
Exactly.
But
and there's even more money in doing personal styling, which is what I do. Personal shopping and styling, because you can charge people by the hour, you can charge people different rates. Yeah. Really, it's because you're working with them directly and you're curating a wardrobe just for them.
So that's a big tip. If you are after the coins, which you shouldn't look just for money anyway. Yeah. But if you are, consider which routes
to go down.
Yeah, would give you the bigger income.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So now we're at this point where you are pursuing styling, you're interning. What happened next?
I think I just came to a point where I didn't really know how to get into fashion styling properly. Like, I didn't really have many connections, so I thought, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to blog in the meanwhile. Like, I don't know where blogging's going to take me, but then I started to realise that people were getting paid from blogging. Yeah. I didn't know that you could make money from blogging, and then I started making money from blogging.
So how many years ago are we talking about?
So let's say I started taking my blog seriously, let's say about 2 years ago. Yeah. And I decided that I was going to have a schedule, and I was going to blog a certain amount of times a week, and I was going to have particular content that was better than the content
that you had before.
Trendy. Exactly.
Right.
So when I started having more of a consistency with my brand, it started to become more recognised, and I started to get contacted to do collaborations. So
that must have felt so good.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, I'm just me.
I really did not know you could make money from blogging. I did not know people were... I just thought, wow, like, to be able to work with a brand like... Say, for example, I'm working with Farfetch now. To be able to just work with them, like back in the day, I would just be like, oh my gosh, just to work with you, like, but not you want to work with me, you want to give me money, that's crazy. So yeah, so I started doing blogging, and at first I thought I'd pursue a career in full-time blogging, and then I just thought to myself, I want to work smarter and not harder.
Right.
And also, I don't want to, and I don't want to build a brand that is based off of my popularity, because if I do, one day I'm going to be broke because I'm not going to be popular.
And it will mess with your head as well, because you're constantly searching for popularity, which shouldn't be the case. You should just be being you, and if people like it, they like it.
Exactly. And I found that when I started pursuing other careers and I was just being me, people were more interested in me, and I was getting that following anyway.
So what other careers are you talking about?
So now I have my own interior decor company.
Hello. Can we pause for 1 second? And yeah, we are not in the usual kind of boring white space that I film in. We are in Melissa's home.
But this is bugging me that I basically paint my paintings in my house, and I haven't painted one for them. It's bugging me.
One over there that's absolutely beautiful. So I know you got skills.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah,
she GCSE up.
Yes, come on. What Melissa did that was really smart. It's like, if you have a passion for something, use what you have to start. She used her own home as a project, basically, and perfected her skills by DIY and experimenting in your own home, and you know, no one has to see it. You can mess up and you can do it again.
Because for me, like, we've taken pictures from my home and we put it on the website, but I feel like it's forever changing. Like, there's stuff that I change every day, and so I'm like constantly going to be updating my home space on my website. But yeah, the whole thing with decor is that you kind of, somebody will come in and do it for you, but the personal touches that you add, there's something that continues. It's like a journey.
It's always going to change. Even when I go into my bedroom, I'm like, like every day.
And it makes you feel different. Like, psychologically, it's really good to change your room around, because it makes you feel refreshed and renewed, and you're like, I've come into a new room, even though it's all the same stuff.
Do you know what I love? You're actually bringing your degree into this now, because you're talking about like the mental state and all that, but it still ties into interiors and fashion, and so that's really cool.
They all tie in together.
No skill is ever wasted.
Yeah, so I mean, I was blogging, and then I wasn't doing any more styling. I mean, I did do some personal shopping, like, here and there, but I just thought, oh, like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I started, like, for money, I started working in reception and client liaison. And I was just like, I mean, the salaries were great. I was making loads of money. I was making enough money to buy enough stuff to have content on my blog. But I just felt like I'm a creative person. For me, I'm not an analytical person. That's why, like, the way I run my business is I do all the creative work, and I have other people who do all the
business side, the accounts, and
because I just don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, so I was in these jobs, and they were good because I was meeting people. I was able to see people from different walks of life, but at the same time, it wasn't me.
Right. So how long were you in that position for?
I think I was for a few years. I mean, I only recently just left to start my own thing in March.
So scary.
So yeah, it is scary.
So scary.
It is. But then I think to myself, like, how much I've done since then has been so much, and there are things, like, opportunities that I'm getting, and I'm like,
wow.
Do you think I can do this? Like, are you serious? You believe in me that much? Like, some people don't even ask to see my portfolio. They're like, listen, this is the project. Styling, I don't really have a really big portfolio, because, as I said, I'm not doing editorials anymore.
Right.
And I feel like when you do editorials, you have those pictures and you have those high-res images.
It's really easy to just whack them in a folder on a website, and it's beautiful.
Exactly. But with personal shopping, it's not that. And I think a lot of my clients that I get from personal shopping see my ability through my blog, and what my style is like. And then they then decide, Melissa, you're the person that I'd like
to go ahead with you.
Exactly. The only other pictures that I have are kind of like up and coming UK celebrities that I'm working with now.
That's fine.
And I work with a brand called House of CV, which I absolutely
love. House of CV. Birthday dresses, wedding dresses, everything. Turn up dresses.
Exactly. And they're really working on separates now and turning it into more of a lifestyle brand. So that's where I come in and really help. So it's great working with them. I mean, it's great to grow with them as well. And with interiors, there are portfolios. Obviously, there's homes that we've done, there's homes that we're still in the process of doing.
Right.
So even though, like, I've only started a few months ago, we are still, like, kind of...
So good.
Yeah.
You have Melissa the blogger, Melissa the stylist, Melissa the interior designer, Melissa the great. Like, what is next? So do you have separate teams for all three things?
I don't have separate teams, but I have people that help me. I have an executive assistant that helps me across the board with everything.
Right.
With my blog, I do by myself.
Right.
With my interiors, I have staff that help me with that, and with fashion styling, I have an assistant stylist, and I'm in the process of hiring.
Wow. How do you manage your time, and how do you, like, manage all? Because I find that with Peppy Your Talk, it's my baby, it's what I do, but I do have other things that I dabble in, and I find it so hard to like, okay, I'm gonna do this in the morning, and then it's like, how do you manage your time in that sense?
I also am finding it very hard. It's something that my assistant is trying to help me with daily, because there's some days I'll wake up and I will literally be rattled and like, what the hell am I doing? Sometimes I'm like, I don't even know who begged me to do this. Like, I'm so confused. So I'm now trying to structure my days where I have days that are interior days that are styling days. But when you're freelance, it's very hard. One day I might get a phone call. I need you to style this person. We've got a video shoot. We've got
and
a
then you have
shoot.
to drop that.
Exactly. And so I can't just do interiors one day. But if I have an interior project, I can't come off site. Like, it's very hard. I told myself that when I started working for myself, no meetings before 10, because I was like, you need your mornings for emails. But exactly, for me, how I am when I wake up the first hour, I don't like talking to people.
Really?
I don't know what it is. I don't like opening my mouth.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm just like, as soon as I'm up, I'm up.
Oh my god.
As soon as I get up, I need to get in the shower. And
but this is the thing. I'm happy to do that, but don't talk to me. Like, and it's not even a rude thing.
Glad I didn't come in the morning.
I don't even know what it is. Like, I just wake up. I don't know if I'm grumpy or something. Yeah. And I just wake up and I just don't want to talk for like an hour. And it's not even anything to do with you. It's all about me. Because usually the first thing I do when I wake up, I grab my business phone and I'm looking at emails. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that now.
Yeah.
I want to get into a routine of waking up, having breakfast, sitting down, like praying, then getting to my emails on my laptop. I don't want to be doing
on the
it on
phone
my phone
and on the go.
I found times I've replied to emails like, and I'm like, who is this person that is email? Like, who? Where did you come from?
Oh God.
Who? And I'm just like, this is not going to happen again.
Oh no. So you have a rough routine now. It's not like set in stone. It's not every day you do the same thing, but there's an outline.
Yeah, like
okay, that's cool.
Things that I want to do. So that's.
So did you find that, like with your mum, for instance, when you said, okay, I've studied this big academic course, but now I want to do fashion, what did she say? How was like your parents' reaction?
Well, actually, prior to wanting to study criminology, I actually wanted to study something to do with fashion. And my mum was just like, girl. My mum was like, I don't really see where she didn't really understand.
I was really lucky because my parents have literally never deterred me.
Really?
Like, I did fashion and clothing at college, I did art and design at LCF, and I did fashion promotion, and they've just been like, get on with it. Like, it's fine,
I think my mum was more so, you know what, that's fine if you want to do that, but just do something academic so that if it does go wrong, you have something back up. Like, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'll meet you halfway.
Okay.
I'll do the degree. After the degree, see your ass later. Like, I was just like, no. So when
do you feel, sorry to cut you off, do you feel like the degree kind of wasted your time in a way? Do you feel like if you went to a fashion school, you could have been ahead, or are you grateful for the degree you did and it hasn't slowed you down at all? Like, what is your thought on that?
I'm grateful for the degree. I don't believe it slowed me down at all.
Okay.
I feel like my going to uni just in general teaches you so much about how to
be a human, be a grown up,
and just how to kind of like be professional.
Right.
There's a lot of things that I do now. Like, there's a lot of ways that I write my emails. There's a lot of ways that I write my blog posts, my everything.
Exactly.
And it just has that like higher educational kind of
That's
orientation.
it. Yeah. Really expensive now, so it's quite different. When we went, it was a lot cheaper. So it's hard to kind of say, do it.
I think it polishes you as a person. It kind of makes you more well-rounded. And I think education is always a good thing. I don't think you should ever stop learning in life.
Very true.
So even if it's reading all the time or just...
When you were about to leave your job, right? Yeah. What was the thought process? Because I made a video about this and I kind of said that I had complete peace. I was so ready and I felt like my environment was starting to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I felt like I've learned everything and there's nothing more I can do here. So it wasn't a hard decision because everything was aligned for me. Was it the same for you?
I think my situation was a bit different because my contract was coming up.
Okay.
And I feel that the people in my team just felt that I kind
of wasn't there.
Yeah. And not only that, I take days off of work to do styling jobs. And they just like, was just like, oh. But really they're like, excuse me, bitch. Like, so,
why didn't it?
Exactly, like, who are you? And I was just like, am I going to go and work for somebody else or am I going to do this?
Right.
And then I had a conversation with my manager and she was like, when I first started, she said, she saw my Instagram and she sent me an email like, what are you doing here? Like, she literally sent me an email, what are you doing here?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I don't understand how you have this talent and you're sitting with us. Like, and I was like, wow, like, okay.
That's a bit of an awkward one. What did you say?
I was like, oh, well, Because at that time I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I was like, you know what, I'm just here to learn
Sometimes
more about myself.
I feel like it's a trick. They want to see like what you're gonna say, so they decide like what they're gonna. So you have to be really careful at work. I would say managing work, and if you have anything extracurricular,
because sometimes people don't like it. They can become jealous, and they don't really understand how you can do both.
Yeah.
But my manager was real about it. Like she sent me that email. Then when I was like about to leave, she was like, "I'm just gonna tell you this. Like you're gonna waste your life if you continue to do this."
Oh
like,
wow.
She was like, "There's no reason why you shouldn't be doing what you're doing full time." She's like, "You just need to believe in yourself because you have the talent."
That's amazing.
Last 2 paychecks and my last job paid very well. So I had money.
Okay.
But I mean, it was gonna run out if I didn't have an idea.
Of course, it always does.
So I had my last 2 paychecks and I was like, God, you need to meet me at the end. So my family went away for an event and we came back. As soon as I came back to London, things were happening.
There you go. And I find that, like, guys, honestly, if you feel like life is kind of pushing you one direction but you can't see the end, do it, because it always works itself out. Something, obviously you may not be a Christian, and I always say this, I am, and to me it's God that does it. Like it's like kind of take my word for it, listen to what I'm telling you to do, and I will help you. Definitely. And that's what it was for me. Like I did have savings, so that was fine, but I didn't want to touch it. Yeah. Because for me, savings are savings. Like it's for.
But this is your rainy day. Like, and you save for a rainy day.
But then at the same time, I'm like, it's not that bad. Like you just have to cut back a bit. Exactly. Cut back on certain things. There's not as many dinners, not as many birthdays, not as many clothes. It's fine.
For me, like when I was working, I was living the high life.
There's
no way you couldn't tell me that I wasn't gonna go. Like I was like, what? Everything. Like I would buy everything. Oh, you did that? Let me get it for you. I was literally
should have been around the
and now people are like, oh, do you want to go out? Go where?
Yeah.
Sorry, girl.
No. I've done my one outing.
My taxes? I'll see you later. No, we can talk on the phone. There's juice at my house. Like, the thing is, like, my friends have really supported me. Like, my friends and my family. And, like, I feel like as soon as I started my interior company, in fact, as soon as I started working for myself and these blessings came, my mum was like,
she believes in it.
And I was like, listen, I knew I was going to show you. So she really believes it, and my mum is somebody who constantly encourages me and supports me and helps me find loopholes and all the things that don't look like they're going to work, and we just make it happen as a team.
That's good. You're so lucky. And not everyone is that lucky to kind of have a parent who kind of said, do the education thing, but then if you do the plan B, which is what's in your heart, I'll still support you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What are you doing?
For filming. I love that.
I feel like you should really make an effort to meet as many people as you can. Like, make an effort to go to events, like the PEPP Your Talk events.
Thanks.
Listen,
she's not just saying this, by the way.
because like, you know, I'm so upfront. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody checking for you. But people are checking for your event.
Thank you.
Like, even I had somebody that I was speaking to recently that wanted to become a stylist, and I was like, go to the event. Like, even though I was meant to be there and I was sick, guys, sorry. Yeah. But I just knew that it'd be a good place to network. You need to meet as many people as you can.
Right.
You need to learn as much about your field as you can. Google is your friend. Like,
basically,
Google is your friend. Google everything. Anything you don't understand, Google it. Google websites that will help you learn.
Yeah, I feel like we take things too much for granted. Like we hear terms and stuff, and we know about brands, but we don't look like deep into it. You have this surface knowledge, and you feel like I've arrived. But no, like always explore everything on a deeper level, because that's what really gives you the confidence. I would say that's what helps you pepper your talk.
Oh, girl. Another thing is, like, don't think you've arrived before you bought your ticket. Take your time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sometimes you need to take it and realize that where you are right now is where you need to be. There's a lot of times that people they see the end goal and they forget how many steps it took the person to get to that place.
That's it.
Like, for example, I have a lot of girls that email me, they love my blog, blah, blah, blah. The question they ask me is, how do I get a lot of followers? Babe, delete your Instagram.
Do you know what? That's really interesting, because I went to an event and this girl stood up and she was like, I really want to be an influencer, and I'm really thrifty and I'm good at this and that. And even though I wasn't a speaker at the event, it was an event, I was sitting in the audience, but I had to turn around and be like, can I answer her question? Like, don't ever seek to be an influencer.
It's very silly.
Seek to be an expert, because once you are an expert in something, people will naturally gravitate to what you are speaking about or what you are promoting. If they're like, do you know what, she has all the answers. She knows everything. That automatically gives you an air of influence, a platform of influence.
Exactly.
But seeking to kind of influence people, it's,
I don't know, I think
backwards.
The society we live in today, everyone is obsessed with making it look good before it actually looks good. And sometimes I do believe in faking it till you make it. There are some jobs that
There's a percentage you have to fake.
Yes, exactly. Right. But sometimes you really need to question why you want the things that you want. Like, having a lot of Instagram followers means nothing. I know some bloggers that get jobs and they just don't even have 10k. Like,
really?
Yes. So sometimes you just really need to think about why you're doing it.
Right.
And you also need to be content in where you are. Like, as much as sometimes, like, oh, you may not like for example, for me, I have a goal of how many interior projects I want to do, and we're not reaching that goal. We've got 6 months left. But I need to realise that March is when I started.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean?
That was like 2 steps ago.
Exactly. I haven't studied interiors. I don't have a degree in interiors. People are literally giving me their money as it's
based on something that's just a passion.
Exactly. So I need to realise that this is the season that I'm in, and I need to season in my season.
Oh,
I need to wait until
season in your season, pepper your all of that stuff.
Yes.
It's the best way that I can utilise what I have. Yeah. Don't wait until, okay, so I need this and I need this. And it never comes. I did that for a long time because I had this idea a long time ago. And I was like, okay.
And I even remember we were in Ghana, sat in your like dad's
how
house
many years ago?
Kitchen, and you were like, I'm going to start this platform. And I was like, you know, I feel like you should do it. It's like, you do it, girl.
That's about 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, we literally came back from the club. The next day,
and that's, you know, I have the picture of Melissa in Ghana in their heat. She's wearing a onesie.
Yeah, but I don't play. No. I don't have nothing or no time.
You don't wear a onesie in Africa. It makes no sense.
I enjoyed the onesie. I enjoyed it, and I still have it. And I'll forever enjoy it. Thank you.
Nah, I'll let you have your moment. But anyway, so I basically brought Melissa on today to speak about her story because it really resonates with what you guys want to know about right now. She didn't study fashion, and hello, she is successful.
We are trying.
And she quit her job on a whim with no savings, like you said. And guess what? She's still got clothes on her back. She's making it work.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Even when you are hungry, it makes you hungry for success. So it pushes you more. So it's fine. So if you have any questions for Melissa, you know where to find her. Give them all your social channels.
Oh, let's start. Okay, so my blog is melissaswardrobe.com.
Boom.
Girl.
Yeah, come on. We're finding it at Nigerian Film.
My Instagram is Melissa's Wardrobe. My Twitter is Mel's Wardrobe. It wasn't long enough to write that whole thing.
Yeah.
My Facebook page is Melissa's Wardrobe.
Interior.
Oh yeah, my interior page. My interior company is called New Lifestyle Experience. If you type that in to Google, you'll see the website and you'll see the Instagram. And styling, all styling stuff stays on my Instagram page because I feel like it's very much myself. I am my brand. Right. Yeah. So yeah.
And YouTube.
Oh, Melissa's Lifestyle. I literally haven't uploaded a YouTube video. Facebook reminded me it was a year.
Oof, girl.
And I was just like,
we have a saying on PEPP Your Talk, which is 2 weeks too long.
Oh,
so
sorry.
1 year.
So, I'm ancient. I am a fossil.
Yeah, we don't even know who you are right now.
I mean, I will try, but YouTube is hard.
It is hard.
Like, I was speaking to Patricia, I was like, girl, I don't know how.
She's an OG.
She literally has 2 videos up a week, and I'm like,
that's so crazy.
And you've got meetings, and you've got, you know,
a babe, a little
baby. I can't even look after my damn self.
Can't even look after my makeup.
No,
the baby. No, seriously. Okay, so we're saying bye for real now.
Yeah.
So thank you, and I will see you again next Monday. Melissa, you know where to find her, so follow her on everything.
Please.
Until then, bye.